Jim Petitpren here again. This is the second in a series of sharing what I've learned from over 20 years of managing remote workers in two foreign countries and here in the US. My goal is to help you be the best possible remote manager that you can be. In the first video, we talked about two key points. One was attitude and how attitude equals altitude. We discussed the importance of your attitude and projecting that to the rest of the team and how to keep it charged up. And the second item was about interface, or what I like to call managing the video meetings, and the importance of having the right methodologies. And I also shared some real life examples of how we do it at our company. I invite you to look back at that channel and see what was there and review it. One more critical point before we get started. Just like 9/11 changed air travel, this new way of working at home will be replacing a lot of face-to-face meetings with clients and other team members. How you manage them will directly correlate to the success level attained. This is going to be a new world, and you can set your team apart from the rest. For today, though, we're going to talk about two areas: the structure or the setup, along with tips on keeping the remote workers motivated. So let's get to work on both of those areas right now: structure and motivation. Let's talk about structure, also known as the setup. It's comprised of two elements: the physical environment and the culture. Now, that second one probably raises a lot of questions in your mind, and you're probably wondering, what does culture have to do with someone working by themselves in a spare bedroom? Well, it actually has a whole lot to do with it. Let's discuss and let's kind of dissect these in detail. They're actually intertwined quite a bit. While working remotely may seem quite simple with today's technology, it's a lot more than just someone taking a laptop with a set of earbuds, getting on a video chat from their living room or from their rental office for that matter. During the COVID-19, the world really changed, and it converted seamlessly overnight to these newly invented remote workspaces. As someone who's been doing this, like I said, with teams for over 20 years, I was able to observe from that experience level with a critical eye. And there are a lot of things that I can share with you to make your remote workspace the best that it can possibly be. Like I said, the environment is an integral part of the culture. Just like the current culture in your offices creates the right environment for the team to thrive in, the culture in a remote office can make or break the team's success. The environment is the culture, and vice versa. Just like your team wears the right clothes along with the proper grooming when they go into the real office, everybody on your team needs to show the right stuff when they go into the remote office. Not a blank wall, not kids' toys on the floor, dog barking in the background, no poor lighting or any excessive background noise. Not an uncomfortable posture or facial expression or a poor video or audio quality. You get the idea. You've seen this stuff before. Make it real and make it right. Yes, make it right. And I know that you know how to figure out what that is. Now, to help your teams do that, that's your responsibility. Remote spaces should be comfortable and inviting to the people who meet there. So it needs to be hospitable so that they feel like they're there in person, not just a face poking at a screen. You want your team to represent the firm properly. So you must help them with that. You're the manager. That's your job. This is new to them. They didn't know anything. It wasn't their fault. They haven't done this before. The good news is, for them to thrive in this new environment, you can easily teach them. Here's the number one secret to helping them get set up right. A remote office is an inviting image that makes your meetings feel like they are truly face to face. Now, there is no one size fits all. Everybody's different. But I can tell you one thing for sure. If you make your team's environment professional and inviting, your team will easily thrive and be more productive with less effort. Here's a real life example right here in my office, in my space, that I've been working in for over 10 years. Take a look around. The equipment's over the top, at least for my standards. I've got 4 screens back here on my super PC. I've got a laptop. I got a remote PC over in the corner that my teams can log into or do special projects over there. I got a couple copy machines, world clocks. I got another world map behind me so that I got pins in it so I can focus on where people are. for other team members in other countries. My workspace is a reflection of who I am. It's not stiff, but it's real. You even get to see my friend Ricky back here with the old phone under my desk. There's usually some golf balls. This is me. I don't hide it. It's my setup, my environment. Now, what about the culture part? I spoke about that earlier. Here it is. The key thing to culture is that you need it to feel like you are in the office, and your team members need it to feel like they are in the office. Hold regular and special meetings. Do frequent, quick videos throughout the day to keep connected rather than sending an email or picking up a phone. That's not personal enough. It helps people feel connected that way. Another very important part, this is the office, and everybody needs to respect it. If other people are in the house, they need to know what the rules are. They know what the working hours are. They need to respect that. No interruptions. Again, they have to keep their hands off and respect it. Also, if a team member is alone and the doorbell rings, ignore it. If the landline rings, ignore it. Those things weren't at the real office. Also, as the leader, you want your team to thrive in this new workspace. Every situation has its own nuances, so take care of your individual people. There is a lot more I could get into here if we had time. So if you're looking for a solution to a particular situation or problem you got going on, give me a call. Number's up here. I'd be glad to give you some free advice. I'm glad to do it. But above all, help your team be comfortable, professional, confident, and most of all, be real in this new world. Everybody needs that to thrive. Now for the last piece, motivation. You already have your personal motivation methods and style that you use as a manager currently. That doesn't change at all. The only difference now is it's virtual. So your challenge will be to keep them obeying the rules, so to speak, and resisting the temptations of working remotely. When they need a quick break, sure, they just do it, just like they did at the office. But a big caution or a word to the wise here, working from home comes with a lot of unique temptations, and discipline is key to success. So help them maintain some kind of a daily schedule, weekly goals, and scheduling. And realize that your remote workers may have some things going on in their house that's unique to them, like kids, aging parents, dog that needs to go out, doing some tasks that they promised the wife they'd do the day before, going for a run, etc. As a manager, you can help them cope with these distractions. However, you can't fix what you don't know. What are their unique individual challenges? You need to help them manage. The best way to do that is by talking about their struggles and helping them come up with solutions to their situation. So you may do something like this. Hey, Vipin, think about what it looks like for you to work at home or in that rental office, whatever it is, and send me a bullet point list for a meeting we can have next Monday. Have it to me by Friday so that I can look at it over the weekend and digest it a bit before we meet. That'll help me to support your success. We can come up with some solutions before misunderstandings pop up. Rather than dealing with them as problems later on, we don't want to do that. That gets messy. I'd like to share with you some of my expectations too, so we can both be successful together and you can help me thrive a little bit. Something like that. That's how the conversation would go. So motivation is key. You need to figure out what it is for each individual. And that's pretty much it on the motivation part. Okay, let's wrap this up. I hope some of these tips will help you manage your teams with more success and less effort than before. In my upcoming and final remote worker video of this series, I will cover 2 more points for managing teams in this new remote workspace that we're living in. Accountability, along with my favorite one, I call it the pinnacle of doing this remote thing. It's the art of connectedness. In closing, though, I welcome calls to answer any special challenges you may have, and I hope that you were able to benefit from some of my years of managing remote teams. Stay in touch for the last series, and to make that easier, please like, share, and subscribe to the PRA USA YouTube channel. The link is down at the bottom of the screen here. We're going to be sharing advice and answering tough questions, responding to big events of the day to help both job seekers and employers in this always changing market. Use PRA USA's 30+ years of experience to get the edge that you need to be successful. Thanks for listening.